Okay, we're in the kitchen. Hope everybody's doing well. I got some ice trays here to do. We got a roast in the microwave. Hope everybody's doing well. See a few people jump on board here. Nobody yet. So I'm not talking to anybody. Got a roast on defrost on a Sunday. So I catch up with some of you. Making some ice. Dee-dee-dee. Freezer seems like it's packed up pretty good. Ice machine's broke, so we're going old school. Making ice the old-fashioned way with ice trays. I've got another ice machine I need to put in here that's in the garage, but I haven't had a chance to have it installed yet. There's Mrs. ECP. Yep. Now, sweetheart. What?
What are you doing?
I'm making ice.
Making ice. I saw where you cleaned the house.
I picked up.
Looks beautiful.
You what now?
Yep.
Want to show me what?
Your dog.
What about him?
My leg's laying out on Amber's deck. Sunning.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I know. I thought it was funny though, because he went outside and he came out here and laid down on the carpet and just sunned himself.
Well, he's got the door open.
No, I let him out. You want
Okay.
to come in, my leg? He'd rather stay outside. I want to show you how to go too.
I got myself live in the kitchen, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You look like you guys are having fun. I'm just making some ice.
Love you, Daddy.
No, you don't have to get off. I'm just sitting there live. I'm going to keep it on live. I got a roast on. I'm putting a roast in the freezer, defrosting it.
Wow.
I think I'm going to make a homemade bread and roast.
You're Susie Homemaker.
I texted Blake and Mackenzie, but they said they had roast last night, so I don't think they're going to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot to get done around here.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to show you hold it back. Hold
All
it
right.
looking puppy.
I might run over this evening and see him or something.
Love
I'll
you.
hold him.
Hi, puppy.
All right.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you all too. Bye-bye. That was Mrs. ECP. She is at my daughter's. If anybody's jumped on theirs. Hey, there's Malcolm's corn. Shut that freezer door. I'm making ice. I'm putting ice trays in there, Malcolm. I'm putting ice trays in there, my friend. It's too much to keep opening and closing it. I'm making ice. My ice machine broke, so I'm making ice. We are making ice, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We've got a roast in the defrosting in the microwave. I'm getting ready to make a homemade bread. I'll get out here in a little bit and do it. They don't make good ice trays anymore. They think they're cheap. They bend when you pick them up. Trying to do everything I can to keep it like I want to. Hope you guys are doing good on a Sunday. I'm going to have to wash some dishes here in a little bit too. Mrs. ECP's out of town. Obviously, you saw she just called there with my grandson. They're visiting. She's helping out my daughter because her husband's going out of town. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, that was a mistake. Crossed over. There we go. That's better. One more. Ice to freeze. Oh, I got this big one too. This is the big one for bourbon. Maybe I should get in the bourbon today, while I'm cooking. Have a little aperitif. Aperitif. I think it's closed. Wash my hands here. See who's all on there. Who all's here? Got two people hanging out with me. I saw Malcolm. Who else is hanging out with me today? Make a homemade bread. That'll be a good one. I had some good coffee this morning. Oh, there's the bread machine. Oh. I have to get it off my phone. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh. Gotta look at this bread recipe again. This looks like it's it. Express bread maker. And it's always giving you more stuff than what you want. Always wants to sell you something. Can't just look something up, can you? Everybody wants to sell you something. There's all these ads. All these ads when you start looking at something. I printed it. I think it's downstairs. Let me go get my recipe. I printed it off downstairs. Okay, I'm coming back in. Get the bread flour. Get the oil. Get the yeast. I think there's sugar. Sugar. Some salt. I know what's basically in it. I make it all the time. So you got just one person watching, 2 thumbs up. I'll turn that fan off. That's kind of noisy. Let me get the phone up here on my chat and do that. See. Yeah, Daddy Paul was on there too. See, now you're on the chat. Hey. There we go. Daddy Paul and Malcolm there. Alright. Let's figure this thing out. Oh my. I have to go get my glasses on. Here's Daddy Paul. We're going to do steaks later today. I put a roast on, an arm roast. Okay, I can read it now with these glasses on. I don't know if that's it. That's not the Express. Let's see if this is the Express. Yeah, this is it. This one's no good. This is my bread recipe. Carefully measure 1 cup, 2 tablespoons of hot water. I've done that before. Oh, turn this hot water on. It almost makes it hot enough by itself. So, get ready to make a bread out of the bread machine. I've tried to get my wife to do it for months, and she won't do it for me. So I have decided to start making them myself. I've got about a half a loaf from a few days ago, but I like it fresh. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually brown the roast too. I'll sit here and peel some carrots and potatoes and onions here in just a little bit, but I'm going to get this bread on first. Oh, let's see how hot the water's getting. Well, not too hot yet. I got a thermometer in here too. Water's starting to get really hot. That's good. There's a cup. See how hot that got. I think it's got to get to like 115, 120. It's popping up there. Daddy Paul's gonna put. What kind of steaks you gonna put on, Daddy Paul? What kind of steaks you gonna make today? Well, that's a good looking arm roast. I'll have to heat this water up a little bit more. Should be hot enough. Let's see what it takes it to now. See what he's saying. Bone-in ribeye, baked potatoes, and Texas toast. Man, that sounds good. I'm coming to your house. Phew, that sounds good. Plus 2 tablespoons. That sounds better than my arm roast. Alright, there's my hot water. Okay. That sounds really good. I think I'm going to go to his house and eat tonight. Today. Be a long ways. I think it'll be a little bit of a drive for a steak dinner. My glasses. There we go. Thanks for cooking with ECP. My phone's on low power mode. I'm going to have to get it. Come on, my wife probably won't eat all of hers. Malcolm said today's leftover chicken and yellow rice. That sounds pretty good. That both sounds good. Alright. 115, 125, I did that. Carefully add 2 tablespoons of oil. Is it room temperature? 2 tablespoons of oil now. Get this over here. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil over top of it in case I overdo it. 2 tablespoons. There's 1. Almost out on this one. 2. I think this bottle's, that's about it for that bottle. It is. It was exactly 2 tablespoons in that bottle. Nothing's even coming out of the bottle. Pretty good. I'll throw that bottle away now. Alright, so that bottle gets to the trash. You gotta take the trash out here when this stuff starts cooking. Hey, thanks Malcolm. I'll talk at you later. I'll send you a homemade bread one time if you want. I'll pack one up. Send you one, see what you think. I like it. I like homemade bread. Did the tablespoon, careful, measure and add the salt and the sugar. So let's see, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. Let me get my teaspoon too. Everything's right here in front of me, in front of the camera, as far as my measuring stuff. So you're going to see me up close every time I do that. Let's see the sugar. I'm going to actually squeeze the sugar in there because I don't want to put the oil in there from my teaspoon. I always had a little bit of extra sugar. I don't mind it being a little bit sweet. So I always do like a heaping spoon. So there's the sugar. Now I gotta do the salt. Get the teaspoon of salt. Neat thing is once you do this, you don't have to do anything else. Take this off the cap. Just do a little bit shy of a teaspoon because I'm trying to watch my salt intake anyways. So cut that back just a touch. Alright. Measure, add to the bread pan, measure, add exactly 3 cups of bread flour. 3 cups of bread flour. Oh, honey, there's the flour. It's over here. You know what, I'm going to move this mat because it's going to get covered with flour when I do this. 3 cups of bread flour. I don't know if I got much more than 3 or 4 cups left in here. There's some right there can fall in there. Sounds like that's what's going to happen. This left bread flour bag is getting small. Most of them won't rip it. Too hard to get into it. Need to put it into a container. I think I'll put the rest of it in a container when I'm done with this. This bag's had it. 3 cups of bread flour. Put a little black line on this the last time I used it. See? Because I couldn't hardly read the measurements. They said to tap it, there's exactly 1 cup. I got enough for maybe 1 more bread after this. That's exactly right at 2 cups. 1 more cup. I don't know if I got enough for another bread in here or not. Need to pick some more bread flour up. I know that. There's 3. There we go. Now look like flour. I don't think there's 3 cups left in there. I have to pick up some more of this stuff. Unbleached bread flour. The good stuff. Yeah, there ain't no 3 cups left in there, I don't believe. So this will be the last bread for a while. Hope you guys can hear me okay. flour over to one part of the table so I can wipe it up. I'm wearing a little bit of it. I guess it's okay. Looks like I'm cooked, right? Alright. Before adding yeast, use your finger to form a hole. Before adding yeast, you have to make a hole. So we do that, we always make a hole right there. Put the yeast in the flour, you don't want it to touch the water. Okay. Five teaspoons of fast rising yeast. We pour into the meat in the flour. 5, we better make it a bigger hole. There we go. 5 teaspoons of yeast. I've got that right here. I think I'll buy the big container. 1, 2. You know the best thing about making homemade bread is the smell. 3, 4, 5. There we go. I think that's pretty much. Let's see who's talking to me now. I'll be ready in about 3.5 hours. Bring your homemade bread. I could do that. I could do that. It'd be nice though, wouldn't it? I got to think of what level I put that on. I think it's level 5. It says 1.5 pound setting. That's what you do. Okay. This is express 1.5 pound setting. All right, gotta bring it over here to the bread machine. Make sure it snaps in. Snapped in. Yeah, I'm sure it's 5. That's it. It's number 5. I'll write that on there. Setting number 5. I'll keep that in the there goes the bread. Just use a little bit of oil. I don't think there's any oil left in that one. On the trash can. I don't think there's any oil left in there. See what I can find. A little bit of oil in there. Not much. I want to brown this roast a little bit. Last of that. Get that bread machine going. 58 minutes. It's on the express. 1.5 pound loaf of bread. Wash my hands. Did always washing my hands. Cooking. That's a secret to good, successful cooking. Cleanliness. Alright? Making a big ball of bread already. Season this thing good. We're going to salt and pepper it. Put up a lot of our messes. Season our beef. Put up our yeast. I think this fridge is closed. Whoa, shoot. Excuse me. See who all, does anybody else pop in? Anybody else pop in today? We all by ourselves. Hey, Paul. Let's see. Oh, I think I see JM Unleashed. Well, thank you. You heard me sneeze. That is a bread, Saint's in here too. That's a bread machine. We just did some express bread. We got ECP in the kitchen. And it's doing the bread. So it's a express bread, takes 58 minutes. It's a 1.5 pound loaf. And I'm putting a roast on, right now, I'm trying to get a roast here in the oven to cook for today. I'm trying to clean up my mouth. I need to put that phone on charge. I don't think I used the phone charger here. I think you guys got plenty of juice there. Let's see if I can charge my phone from in here. My phone's almost dead. I won't be able to see the chat. Stuff up. I think I'll leave that sugar out here. Good to see you, JM. Good to see you, the Saint. I could leave it like that and leave the bread flour out. Couldn't I? I'll put it up last. Bit of a mess. That flour's everywhere. I want to brown this roast before I use it. I think I'm just going to do it in the oven instead of the crock pot. Where's that big one at? Yeah, that one's pretty deep. Fit that, oh, that's probably not going to fit that whole roast. That one looks deeper. Let's get the big deep. The big deep one out. That's a big roast. There we go. There we go. Put the big pan out. That roast, I can put some potatoes around it. Some of this stuff out of the oven. Now, Mrs. ECP's got enough pans in this oven. You quite need all of this. I'm having a time here, ain't I? There we go. And let's heat down a little bit. I mean, a big fork. There's a big fork. Now that's a big fork. I got some French onion soup. Chicken broth. Some chicken broth. Chicken nugget. Chicken noodle again. Another chicken noodle. Tomato. I thought I bought a French onion not too long ago. There I go. There's my secret recipe. French onion soup in there. Oh yeah. Makes a good broth. Makes a good broth. Carrots, celery, look at those peppers. I might put a few peppers in there. I'm gonna eat some potatoes. Oh yeah. Look at that browning. Look at that browning. Can you see that? Browning that roast before I put it in there. Oh yeah. That roast browned. Don't tell me she doesn't have any potatoes. Are you kidding me? I may have to go to the store. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's sweet potato. Guess I could do that. A roast of sweet potatoes? I don't care. She doesn't have anything in here. Sweet potato would probably be fine, wouldn't it? Not what I'd planned on. Sweet potato. I actually like sweet potato better than other potatoes. I think I will just do sweet potatoes. peeling this potato because it's got a few little eyes on it. Normally I wouldn't peel it much. Nice size sweet potato though. I think I'm going to have to go buy some potatoes. Guess I should have looked before I started to roast. I don't think I've ever had roast with sweet potatoes in it. Guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to make it whatever I got in the kitchen. I don't have time to run and get something while somebody else is cooking. Good size bowl here. It's good looking, good size sweet potato. That's big enough or not? That's probably big enough. Put our veggies in there so we clean them. Cut them up. Let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah, sweet potatoes are good. Milo's doing good. He's with Mrs. ECP. They're in Cincinnati or Florence, Kentucky with my grandson. So I'm sitting here cooking on mine. My daughter's supposed to be home this evening, so I guess her and her boyfriend can come over to eat if they want. Whether that happens or not, who knows. This stink. I'm starting to think Milo is not there. His dogs will always be there to help out in the kitchen. That's right, he's not here. He'll be looking for the droppings. Onions, carrots, celery, garlic cloves. Yeah, I'd like to have some garlic. Listen, my wife needs to go to the grocery store. Or I should say, I need to go to the grocery store at this point. These carrots, I think I just got to wash them. I'm going to put all these in here. I get my broth and everything made up right for me on this. Oh, that dog goes everywhere. That's Mrs. ECP's lap dog. And honestly, when she's gone, I soon not have to take care of him. There's a lot of work. You know what? There's more potatoes than I realized with this sweet potato. Holy cow! I got it cut up pretty good. You can't believe how many sweet potatoes this is. I could use a garlic clove. That'd be nice though. I'm gonna put some garlic powder in there. I'll make up for it. Look at all these potatoes. That one big sweet potato. Quite a few. I like carrots. Let me wash these. Put them in here. I like carrots. There'll be a lot of carrots in there because I like carrots. Always have. I think carrots is the thing I pick out of the roast the most. About half this bag. I'm going to turn that brown a little bit more on that one side. And just a little bit more. Might deglaze that a little bit. Get a little deglazing going on that pan so I can keep those juices. A little deglaze on that roast. I want that to go in my roast. Those juices, I don't want to miss those. A little bit over there. I don't want to miss out on that. Alright, so I got the carrots. Let me come over here. I'll just get my peppers and celery, bring them over here. I have plenty of stuff in there, aren't I? These are sweet peppers, so they're actually good in the roast. This is like whatever's in the kitchen, guys and gals. It's whatever's in the kitchen. Kind of where we're at. Whatever's in the kitchen today. ECP's throwing it in there. These aren't hot peppers either. Pretty sure these are all sweet peppers. Not that it couldn't use a little pick-me-up. So I'm having fun here with that. A little red pepper. There's a yellow pepper, orange pepper. Let's try an orange pepper. A lot of orange in this thing, isn't there? I don't want to cut them up in two small pieces because it gets kind of lost in the whole ordeal. I think I'm going to use these peppers because they're just starting to get a little bit soft. I'm going to go ahead and use them all. Might be a lot of peppers, but hey, better than letting them go to waste. I like peppers anyways, especially sweet peppers. Nice little red sweet pepper. I'll catch up with your all's chat when I go back over there and sit down. Good red, green, yellow, all kinds of stuff here. We'll make a nice roast. There's a celery. There's a little bit of celery in there. I'm not a huge celery fan. Mike likes it a lot. I like it a little bit. Cut some of that up in there. There's another stock. This ECP's been cutting it down. It's starting to fly everywhere. Alright. Those kind of flew everywhere, so you can see we've got all kinds of veggies for that roast. All kinds. This should turn out pretty good. A little salt and pepper. We're going to add some French onion soup to it. Salt and pepper a little bit more on that side. This side didn't get a lot of salt and pepper. Slow cook it. Let's see. Where's that garlic powder? There it is. There's that garlic powder. Had a whole entire clump come out of there. Don't want that. Need too much garlic. Put that right over to the roast pan. Here we go. Get all that deglazed. I need a spoon. Need a spoon to deglaze it a little bit. There we go. A little deglazing. Actually, I'll put all the vegetables in there. Move them around places. There's the taters. This should turn out nice. All cooked down. So all cooked down on that roast. It's got a good top lid on it too. A little bit of water on this. Not too much. There we go. That's what I like to do with my roast, little French onion soup. That gives you plenty of onions, taste and flavor. Let me let you look at this, where I put the broth over top of it. There you go. The roast is right underneath that. Getting ready to get put in the oven. Now this should steam pretty good too. Lots of broth in there. It'll cook down. Just a little bit more water. Deglaze a little bit more. I won't lose all that good flavor in that roast. Deglaze that pan as much as I can. All those little bits, pieces, that's all flavor. You don't want to miss that. I can handle a little bit more liquid. A little ECP cooking. Man, that looks good. Look at that. Y'all can see that or not? Can't turn it, tilt it because of the sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes. There we go. Uh-oh. Got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. This ECP's got one of those racks too low. Gotta fix that. Houston, we have a problem. There we go. Problem averted. There we go. Whew, 345. Let that cook as long as we can. Oh, sit down and have a drink now. Whew. Let's see. I will be checking to see if there's horseradish in the fridge at this point. Listen, I know there's no horseradish in there because my wife won't eat it. Once a week I do leftover soup or leftover pizza. That's a good idea. Saying I always put horseradish on beef roast or prime rib after it's cooked. I can handle a little bit. You know what I see a bunch of in that kitchen? Love. Well, thank you, Saint. I hope so. I sure hope so. I think I need something to drink. Whew. At this point, I'll take an orange pop before I start cleaning up a little bit more. and get to talk to my friends here. But we got the roast in the oven. Nice thing with roast is roasting that bread and butter, that fresh homemade bread. You guys want to see that bread? Let's see what it's doing. Oh yeah, you guys gotta check this out. Check this out. Oh well, probably have to do it this way. Well, you know what? I can do this. Let me flip the camera. Come on, there it is. There, can y'all see that? Focus, Clark. Focus. I hope I see that or not. It's not really focusing well, is it? There it goes. It's the lighting. Look at that homemade bread. That's crazy, isn't it? It looks like some of the dough went up there on the side. For some reason, it's stuck. It's got 30 more minutes. Look at that. Fresh made bread. Bread will be made long before the roast. There we go. That back to the same spot it was at. Oh. Yeah, it looks like it. Whew, that bread looked good. Does that phone on the wall take dimes? It's an old phone. We still have a landline. Would you believe that? It's a caller ID phone. And we can see who's calling from we're in the kitchen without having to answer it. But we do have a landline still. And the reason being is my cable company bundles the phone, the cable, and the TV together, and it's cheaper if I keep the phone line. It's only like $9 or something, but if I don't have the phone bundled in there, so we've never gotten rid of it. We don't use it that much, but people still call me here from that phone line. My wife will call me a lot of times. You know how you don't answer your cell phone or it goes dead? That thing's always working. So my wife will actually call me sometimes on it if I can't get a hold of her, vice versa. But yeah, we still got a landline. I still have a landline too, but I had to give up the rotary phone a while ago. No, I don't think we've had a rotary phone for a good long time. Whew, I'm a little bit hot. Glad that fan's still moving, son. Cooking in the kitchen, man, heats you up. There, so I turned that part of the oven off, got the stove off of it. The oven's on. It's 3:45 when I started it. I'd say at least probably 3 hours. I like it to cook down a lot. May have to add some water or juices to it. But it should end up being a nice roast. Potatoes, carrots, onions, peppers, sweet peppers. I like peppers. I like peppers a lot. Got plenty of veggies on there. I started to do the crock pot, but I'm not always sure the crock pot cooks quick enough. And I didn't start it till late, and the crock pot, you almost need to start it in the mid-morning or mid-morning for it to be ready by dinner time. So I went ahead and went old school and did the oven. But a lot of times, yeah, we'll do the crock pot, and like you said, you can just set it, forget it, and leave. And let it cook till it gets tender enough, you know. But phone in, bid phone. Oh yeah, exactly. That's when we heard that. That's the phone in, bid phone. You're right. You got that right. Let's see. Let's put this celery back up so the wife doesn't get too mad at me. I'm going to have to help you guys ready for the disposal. There's live TV. Only the real cooking channel let you hear the disposal going. From the veggies. The veggie cooking. I bought some coins this week, yesterday. Got a lot of Morgans. I'll tell you again once I get done doing this. So I picked up a bunch of Morgans yesterday. I say bunch, like 9. 9 really nice Morgans I got yesterday. I'm pretty excited about. So next auction, we'll have a decent Morgan zone. So you don't want to miss it next Thursday night. Just so you guys know ahead of time before I forget to tell you. I think I told Daddy Paul already. You're on the phone with him. Put the veggies back up, ECP. Need it for next go round. Yum, yum. I'm going to take the trash out. Trash is overflowing the walls. Man, that bread's getting really big now. You guys should see this thing. It's getting huge. It's almost to the top. It'll get to almost the top of that glass. Who says ECP doesn't do FaceTime or doesn't do face reveals? See my big ugly mug? Hope you are doing well. I don't mind. I got nothing to hide. Oh, I do want something cold to drink out. Let's see. Oh, I like that big glass there. I'm gonna get me an orange pop. When was the last time y'all had an orange pop? I bought an orange pop because the orange pop was on sale. I'm a cheapo. So there's orange Fanta. It was like $1 a 2 liter. And I thought, There. Big ice cubes. Oh. Hey, it's Robinson Prospecting, our newest moderators. How you doing, Mr. Robinson? Have a little orange Fanta pop right here. Can y'all see that? Orange Fanta. Oh. We just put a roast on Robinson RPE and a homemade bread from a bread machine we got in there. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm just sitting here talking to my friends, having a good time. Let's see. Looks like there's 5 people in the chat, so that's nice. I think we've got Daddy Paul, JM and Leash, the Saints in here. Y'all speak up. Yeah, I'm taking a break now. We just now put that roast together. We browned the roast. It was an arm roast. I browned it. I used French onion soup and some water to make the broth. And then I put in, we want to put white potatoes or red potatoes. Didn't have any. It had sweet potatoes. So we did the end around, or did a, what is that you call it? Called an audible. That's it. Called an audible. It's football day. Been watching a little pro football today. Watched a lot of football last night. But called an audible. Put sweet potatoes, some sweet peppers. Had little ones and large ones. Some sweet bell peppers and some of those little short peppers. They're both sweet peppers. Wife doesn't like hot peppers. I like banana peppers though, but not on roast. And then carrots, lots of carrots. And we put that in there. And the French onion soup, of course, had onions in it. So it's got onions in there too, and some garlic powder, salt, and pepper. It should be pretty good. And a lot of beef broth because we browned the roast first and then deglazed it. And I kept all the juices out of the roast and cooked those and deglazed the pan. So should have some nice beef broth in there too. That's good. Anybody want to talk about bourbon? How many people are bourbon? There you go. ECP. Excellent cooking productions. At the creek taking a break. Oh, you dog. I wish I was gold prospecting. Going to get some free gold. I need to get out. I'm down with ECP. You know me. Yep. That's what I think Stormy says that a lot. You down with ECP? Somebody says that. Oh, I know who says that. It's not Stormy. It's Sal, the Salivate Metals. He says that. You down with ECP? You know I am. Yep. I get that from Sal a lot. It's pretty cool. I love Sal. He's probably live right now knowing him. Bye, Robinson. Hey, Robinson, give me some gold pay dirt and send me a a bucket, big bag, or a medium or large flat rate box of just raw gold, raw pay dirt on a hot spot, someplace you're getting a few colors a shovel, 8 or 10 colors a shovel, little specks or whatever. I'll pay you for it. I'll take a big medium or flat rate box of raw pay dirt, unseeded. I want the real stuff. And of course, if you classify it, a half inch would be great, or quarter inch. But I'd love to get a medium or large flat rate box. Do I have a whiskey roast recipe? I do not. You got one to send me? I never thought about that. That would burn the alcohol off and you'd have all that good flavor. I tried a bourbon this week, Town Branch. And it's one of the newest distilleries in Lexington, Kentucky. And I tried it, and everybody's like, oh, they're not that good, they're new and young. And I tried it, and it was surprisingly good. It was on sale at Kroger Spirits, and I opened one up and tried it, and it was pretty doggone good. Town Branch. In the gravy. Oh, I could have done that. I could have just put a splash in there. I'm sure there's a bottle open in there somewhere. It may not be. I think I may have opened my last bottle. I probably could have put a little bit of Buffalo Trace in there. You know what? That would add a little smoky flavor too from the bourbon. Because the bourbon barrels, they're in oak charred barrels. That probably would be pretty good. Wonder how much you put in the gravy. Maybe like a tablespoon or two. I bet you I could pour it into the roast a little bit still. I don't want to mess it up though. I could probably put a little bit into that roast, couldn't I? And pour it on the side maybe. That way it would just be into the liquid. Let me go look here. I got some bottles over here. Let me see what we got. I don't know if I got a Buffalo Trace bottle out. You guys are killing me. There's a Buffalo Trace bottle. I could open. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in my roast or not. You guys got me thinking about it though. I might just put a little bit in my belly. Slow roast, yeah. I could do it now early. It'd probably be fine. A little Buffalo Trace in there. Wouldn't be too hard to add right now. It would boil and move around a lot. I need a bottle open anyways. Let's try this. You guys are killing me. I don't know if I'm putting the roast. I'm still thinking. You got me thinking. Oh, there it is. There we go. A little dead air. There it is. Let's smell it. Man, that's a good bourbon. That's an 8-year-old bourbon is what they told me on the tour. They said the Buffalo Trace is an 8-year and that the Weller's Reserve is a 9-year and the Eagle Rare is a 10-year. I didn't know that. And I told my son, did you know that was an 8-year? And he said, no, I didn't know that. So he thought it was a 4 or 5-year. But they said, no, it's actually an 8-year. I don't know if it says that on the back here or not. I'll read to you what's that. If you guys all have bottles, I need to start sending you guys, I need to start raffling off free bottles of bourbon. The ancient past of the countless buffalo led American westward. Legendary explorers, pioneers, and settlers alike followed these trails known as traces. Through rugged wilderness to new lands, new adventures, and newfound freedom, one such trace, called the Great Buffalo Trace, crossed the Kentucky River at a spot just north of present-day Frankfort. That's where Buffalo Trace is at. Early pioneers settled here in 1775, and with plentiful pure limestone water and rich river bottom loam, for growing exceptional grains, distillation, which means making liquor, right, quickly followed. With an unparalleled reputation for creating outstanding bourbon whiskey, the Buffalo Trace Distillery today stands as one of America's oldest distillery sites. Their bold heritage of their mighty buffalo and the individuality and pioneering spirit of those early Americans are again found in Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The very finest bourbon created at Buffalo Trace Distillery. Traditionally handcrafted, Buffalo Trace has a smooth, confident taste that invites discovery with every sip. Explore Buffalo Trace and the taste of spirits legends. Pretty neat. Let's hear your thunder. They give you an 800 number, and they give you buffalotrace.com and great bourbon from buffalotrace.com. It's in Franklin County, Kentucky. 45% 90 proof. Pretty neat. It's a neat label too. Really neat what they put on there. See what everybody else is saying. After dinner sniffer. That's exactly what I'm thinking. After dinner, I think I'll just have a little sniffer of that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. That way it's later in the evening too. It's a little early for me still. It's actually 4 o'clock from there. I got 3 of you still in here. So we got what, the Saint still in here, and JM Unleashed. It looks like Daddy Paul's still here. Looks like Daddy Paul's still here. I don't think I want to marinate that into the roast. I'm just worried. JM said he's here for a little bit. Well, we're here for a good bit. Let's see what that bread's looking like. JM's still here. Oh, wow. You guys want to see how far this thing's came up? Daddy Paul's still here. Look at that bread. It's almost to the top of the screen. Let's take a peek here. Look at that roast. Good. Man, I can already smell that stuff cooking. What's for dinner? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, that's a good place to set up in the kitchen. We could do coffee time with ECP. Yeah, lots of love in this kitchen for sure. Raised 3 kids in here. One is like 22. One is 26, and one is like 28 or 29. She'll be, yeah, I think she just turned 29. And then my son will turn 27 in April. I think they're like 19 months apart. But, no, he'll be like a year and a half from her there at one time. Right now it's 2 years apart. But my daughter was born in 93, September of 93. So whatever that comes out to. Oh, my wife keeps up with those birthdays. For me, I don't have to. I remember their birthdays, September 15th, April 10th, and April 13th. So my son and my youngest daughter both have April birthdays. But let's step outside and look. You guys want to take a look outside? See what's going on outside? We still got the pool open. I'm going to try to close it next weekend. Let's see. Yep. The pool's going to have to close. There's the remaining of the tomato plants. There's little tomatoes left on it. Now here's the orange tree. I have to be pulling it in before the frost, and I got 3 or 4 oranges on there, if you can see them. I brought it back from Florida. Need to actually probably stake it up. There's a American walnut tree, American chestnut tree right there. American chestnut tree. Here's a plant my son got my wife for Mother's Day, I think it was. There's the pool. Need to mow some more grass. It's all yucky out here today. This is Hurricane Ian. We still have Hurricane Ian. I got a lot of grass to mow, can y'all tell? Then all that back there to mow. And everything across that street back there to mow. About 4 acres. And those little crabapple trees, the deer love those things. It's crazy. Here's some of the bourbon. Here's an Old Forester, rare breed, Russell 10 Sazerac. The expensive ones are back over in there. All the Blantons are up in the case, and the Wellers, the Russell 13s, the Wellers CYPB. Elijah Craig Toasted, Stag, all that stuff everybody's trying to find. I get it when I'm usually out at work. Haven't shaved in a few days, which is okay. It's the weekend, right? Let's see what everybody else is saying. Phone's on a little bit of a lag. Steak and bourbon guys chat. There you go. Save the adding the bourbon to the roast for next time, in my honest opinion. That's what I want to do. Not too much work, I won't mess it up. Steak and bourbon guys chat. Time flies, doesn't it though? Did that new field you plowed work out as planned? The new field I plowed. It did not. If you're talking about the one I plowed last year, didn't plow anything this year, but the one I plowed last year did not come back up in the flowers. I thought it was going to be the same thing. It did not. There was some residual. There was some goldenrod that I planted came back up, but it came back up in native wingstem, golden wingstem, purple ironweed. Came back up in native stuff. The one newest field there where I planted the crimson clover, I think that's probably going to come back each year. I'm going to have to take a look at that and see. So that field may be okay. But the one I planted in wildflowers I thought was going to come back year after year. It did not. I was really disappointed, and I brush hogged it late. Thought the seed would go and thought it would germinate and come back up. And it did not came back. It came back up in native, like a goldenrod, what they call wingstem. It looks like a yellow daisy, real tall. For Cynthia or something like that, they call it, is the scientific name. But the bees still like that, and that's fine. And they did well on that, and they gave plenty of pollen. And I had goldenrod came back up, and I got some aster that's came up. But most everything that's here for the fall bloom has been native stuff. But I think my clover, I should see that in the field come back up. But I probably won't do wildflowers again. It would be nice to cut the wildflowers for bouquets in the kitchen, though. I'll say won't do a big field of wildflowers. Might do a small one. Was meaning to put out the red buckwheat, the crimson red buckwheat. Never got that field plowed and put out, and it germinates in 4 weeks, but it was just too late. I didn't get it out. I still got the packages, so I'll try it next year. I don't know if the seed will still be good or not, but I still have that. I don't know how much it'll germinate. You could do an awesome honey glaze for that roast veggies next time too. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I could probably put a little honey, drizzle that over top of that right now. That wouldn't be a problem. Or I could do that real late so it doesn't burn on it. I might put some of that later on. Once it cooks down, I might put a little honey on it. That's not a bad idea to glaze it with some honey. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Now that wouldn't mess it up, I don't think. I just don't want to pour bourbon in that, and then my kids come over to have roast and go, oh, what's that flavor? And I like it, and they don't, because it's more than what I can eat. But I think a little honey glaze on that probably wouldn't be bad at all. That's not a bad idea. And I do have honey too, guys. If you need some honey, I'll make you a good deal on it. I've got the spring and the summer and shipping. I found out something really unique. And I think it went to the Saint. Yeah, or Silver Night. Was it the Saint or Silver Night? I think it was Silver Night now. Ordered 2 of the half pint bears for like $8, and I was able to ship it for $8 in one of those 6x7 cubes, priority mail. That was really neat. And I've got a bunch of those cube boxes, and it did exceptionally well. So just so you know, you can put 4 of those in there. But you're talking about saving some money. If you bought, like say, 4 of those, and I shipped it, and it was only $8 to ship it, that'd be a really good deal to ship honey in. That's definitely place for the potatoes for sure. Yeah, that'd be nice. Now the Saint, I think we sent you a free little honey, didn't we, for helping so much the last one? Did anybody get their stuff yet? I shipped it on Friday, so that's only, it would have been Saturday. You guys won't get it till probably tomorrow. I don't think anything would make it there in one day. Because I shipped it out Friday morning, it would be there by Saturday. So everybody should be getting their package. We did ship it out first thing Friday morning though. All the things. And we got some pretty neat auction items too. Like you said, I've got some Barber halves, some Barber quarters, some Barber dimes. I've got like 9 Morgans. I've got a proof set, and I'm going to crack it out. I've got some, gosh, what all did I pick up? I'm trying to think. Oh, I got a really nice Mercury dime that was in a flip that I got there and stuff too. Just different things I picked up. A bunch of silver quarters. Some really nice silver quarters. Y'all see Zach Ball. He'll let you all have any. I've got some older ones there. It's really weird though. I picked out a 1932 silver quarter, and somehow or another it got thrown back into the stack. I was looking at them the other day and talking to Daddy Paul, and I said, I can't find my 32, but I got like a 1950, some early 50s. They're in really nice condition. But I got some pretty nice quarters, nice Washington quarters for it too. But anyway, I picked up some stuff there yesterday. I probably bought about $600 worth of coins. So if there's anything in some really nice Morgans, like 9 really nice Morgans. That's probably why I spent so much, just because of the Morgans. But we'll probably do a, I don't know, 20, 30 item auction, something like that. We'll see how it goes there. That day should be a pretty good little auction. Should have some fun Thursday night. I have to think of a good name for it. They would get some great deals. And I got Malcolm's goes out next time around, so he'll probably keep his for next go around. Bet you that bread's almost ready. I'm starting to smell the roast. I can even smell the celery cooking there. Kind of smell celery there. I smell the roast, the onions, potatoes. Man, the kitchen smells good when you're cooking a roast, doesn't it? Absolutely. See, how long have we been on here for? Probably can tell by looking up there on the thing. Probably close to an hour. Probably over an hour we've been streaming. Everybody mashed that like button already? Have to take off for now. Have a great evening, everyone. Well, thank you, JM. Thanks for coming in. I'm getting ready to jump off too, my friend. I'm going to go watch a little bit of football. I will probably, you guys keep your thing open, jump back on here a little later on. Maybe once the roast is done this evening. Maybe we'll do a penny hunt. I think I might do a penny hunt tonight after dinner. Wife gone, gives me something to do. Not nice weather outside, so I can't do much as far as that goes either. But hey, hope you guys are doing well. Let's see how long we've been on. 3 people watching, 5 likes, 85 minutes. So we've been on an hour and 25 minutes. Almost an hour and a half. So you guys take care. ECP saying you all do well. Take care. Over and out.